From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, Wendy's got you covered with all of the latest super juicy hot topics. Then, Michael Eisner says beautiful women aren't funny, and Sierra claims she's abstaining from sex with her boyfriend until marriage. Our Hot Talk panel is breaking down all of the week's most controversial headlines. Plus, things get wild when Dave Mizejewski brings on an all-new group of amazing exotic animals. Now, here's Wendy!
Thank you, Dawn.
You're so skinny.
Okay, it is time to discuss this week's hottest topics in the latest edition of Hot Talk. Joining me from Fox 5 reporter and host, and one of my compadres from back in the day, Hot 97 Street Soldier host, Lisa Evers.
Thank you, Wendy. It's so
Good to see you again. Also, relationship expert and the author of Write Your Own Fairy Tale, our old friend, Siggy Flicker. Yes. And the anchor and bad boy of CNN Tonight. Give it up for Don Lemon. Okay, so let's get started, guys. All right, former Disney president Michael Eisner caused an uproar last week. He was being interviewed, or he was interviewing the actress Goldie Hawn, and he said to her, "From my position, the hardest artist to find is a beautiful, funny woman. Usually unbelievably beautiful women, you being an exception, are not funny." So, Siggy, what do you say?
Okay, first of all, I'm so upset because my husband looks like a younger version of a Michael Eisner. That is the stupidest thing that could come out of Disney's mouth. Does anybody here know Sofia Vergara? Because she's not only beautiful, but funny. And that's like old school to even say something.
She's an exception, though. She is
No,
an
she's
exception.
not an exception.
And he said unbelievably beautiful women.
I thought you thought that I was unbelievably beautiful.
You are, but you're
and
not a comedic actress. I understood exactly what he was saying, and I don't see the outrage because most of the women, most of the comedians, they're attractive. You look at, they're attractive, but they're not unbelievably beautiful.
But wait a minute, there's so many. What about Sandra Bullock? You have Zooey Deschanel with New Girl. What about Mindy
They're not
Kaling?
comedic
There's so
actresses.
many.
But they're not funny off the cuff. They're funny because they have a script. And you know what? I was very offended when I first heard this, but upon sleeping on it and thinking about it, I have to say there's something to what he said. Sorry, girls.
I think he's right.
Sorry.
And it's not just women, it's men, too. If you look at Seth Rogen, Adam Sandler, Vince Vaughn,
But
Jonah
they would
Hill,
never say this about a
how
man.
many
Don,
really hot men do you see? How many really hot men do you
But they
see?
have never. Yes, but that's the point. But Wendy, that's the point. They would not say this about a man. They don't say how many hot men who are good comedians are there out there.
That wasn't the topic of the subject.
It doesn't matter. This is a double standard for women because women have
exceptionally beautiful.
It's a double standard for women.
Eisner, go back to watching Mickey Mouse. It was a stupid statement.
Right.
But end the story.
I must say,
He's been in the Disney castle way too long.
But I must say that, you know, the funny women that we think of when we think of funny are funny because they have a script in front of them. Think Melissa McCarthy, and you said Sandra Bullock. That's a script, you know. There are attractive women who are funny, but, you know, he says unbelievably attractive, and there's something to that. And I can tell you something right now. A lot of times, unattractive people have got to be funny because when they walk in a room, they don't have the automatic looks. And I can tell you something about real attractive people. A lot of you all are dead. You have no personalities at all.
They don't have to build that part of their personality where they have to attract people in. Because people are catered to them.
A lot of unbelievably attractive people have no personalities at all, and so a lot of times funny people have to work at it because they weren't necessarily so attractive in the beginning.
And when you're quirky, if you look, Melissa McCarthy is winning, right? She's not like she's a beautiful woman to me, but like classic beauty, she's winning. There's something odd about her, something different, and that makes her win. And I think that's beautiful in itself.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's move along. Okay. Florida State University's quarterback. Have you heard about this story? DeAndre Johnson. He was caught on camera at a bar punching a woman in the face. The video contains violence and disturbing images, but let's watch and I'll describe what you see. All right, so he's at the bar. The woman's in the blonde hair. There he is in the hat. She balls her fist up first. According to him, he called her the N-word. And she called him the N-word. And yes, well, you know what? As a quarterback or as a man, I feel as though it's never right for a man to hit a woman, and I'm sorry. Never. Right. He was charged with misdemeanor battery. She was charged with nothing. Yeah. I think she should have been charged with something.
Yes. Wendy,
it's never right for anyone to hit anyone.
It's never right for anyone to hit anyone because if you take a punch and you hit another person, that's assault, whether you're a man or whether you're a woman.
Yes.
Yeah. Should he have controlled himself? Yes, but she started this. It's very clear from the video.
But
she should have been charged too.
In this day and age, you can't go around hitting people because you don't know what the reaction is going to be. And if someone hits you, if someone calls me the N-word and someone hits me in the face, the natural reaction is to punch back. That's a natural reaction. And you're in a bar with drunk people, you don't know how people are going to react. I have to tell you.
Nobody at the bar cares.
Nobody at the bar cares. But
afterwards,
most of the altercations I have in bars are with crazily drunk white chicks. Because they get it. I'm telling the truth.
Is there something you want to tell us about?
No, because they get into the bars free, they get drinks, the bartenders ignore you, they feel entitled, they get really hammered,
She had entitlement issues from this video.
And they just go off and do whatever they want.
And by the way, being a mother of 4 kids, I'm raising 2 boys and 2 girls. I tell my boys, don't you ever lay a hand to a woman. But if my son is walking into a bar and he's trying to get up to the bartender and somebody says, you dirty Jew. Why don't you? And he's holding her back in this video, and she put the first punch out at him, and he punched her in the face. I'd be happy that my son got arrested. However, she should be thrown in jail as well. That's it.
She should definitely be charged. There's no question about it.
Nobody should ever hit anyone.
Nobody.
But also, too, Wendy, we've become I think we as a culture become desensitized to this whole hitting and punching thing.
I do also.
Because of the reality TV shows, and especially with women. Women used to be considered, fragile above all this. We see women throwing drinks, throwing punches, hitting their boyfriends and not expecting the boyfriend to hit back. It's wrong for anyone to hit anyone, period, end of story.
And daughters as well not to hit anybody. So women not to hit. You can't walk around and you know you're weaker than somebody else, and you're going to hit them and not expect retaliation.
Well, now he's been thrown off the team, so he'll never go to the NFL. Whatever his dreams are, they are now dashed.
The prosecutor, too. The prosecutor said anyone that thinks the woman should be charged is a village idiot. I've never heard a prosecutor.
I invite you to my home, whoever you, attorney, I invite you to call me a village idiot to my face in my house.
Okay.
You're going to hit him?
Come on over.
Okay, let's move along. There is a new toy that's hitting the shelves at Walmart, and it has parents and me very upset. Have you heard about the twerking teddy bear? Well, it twerks, okay? And some people are saying, no, don't laugh at this. Don't laugh at this because it's summertime and family reunions are going on. And you know at family reunions, we love when little Tay-Tay gets out there and does her over-sexualized move at 2 years old. This is not cute at all. Some people are saying it's vulgar and inappropriate. I agree with some people. What do you say?
I say that if somebody gave that to my 9-year-old niece, I would be very upset. And I have to say that I see a lot of children at the community events that I go to where they are doing it. They think it's cute for a 5- or 6-year-old girl to be sexualized. However, looking at the teddy bear, the 5- or 6-year-old is not the one buying the teddy bear. It's an adult. Adult buying it.
I have to say, I am guilty. I'm guilty. I don't want to be a phony. I think it's adorable.
What?
All my children twerk, and now they're doing the whip and the nay-nay. I think it's a teddy bear.
Oh, Siggy.
We have problems with people punching each other out in bars. This is so adorable to me. I love it.
Oh, my God. It is the ratcheting of America. The ratcheting of the culture. I think it is disgusting.
I think so also. Listen, teddy bear that twerks to me is the gateway drug, kind of like cigarettes to drugs.
To pole dancing.
One day they're doing a twerking teddy bear. The next day they're on the pole.
On the pole.
So,
amen, Wendy.
But you're the parent, so you do what you want. I want to thank my panelists. For more information about all these fabulous people, go to wendyshow.com. Up next, my friend Dave Mizajewski's here with some amazing animals. Don't go far.